Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. We're going to be starting chapter 8, which is partially written just as a regular chapter. And then we have some more questions and answers that we're going to get to towards the end. And I just want to apologize before we get started. Here in the US, the kids are off school for the week because we do have Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow. And they are both kind of rambunctious right now. So I have asked them to keep it down, but they're kids and they may forget. So I apologize if it does get a little bit loud in the background. And I hope that doesn't take away from this information that I'm going to read to you here. So chapter 8 is titled, it's pretty long. So we're going to be breaking this up also, I should say, at least into 2 or 3 videos. Hopefully just 2 though. So still Earth's birth changes, and it's simply titled First Session. So I don't know exactly what that means, but this is broken up into several sessions, as I've said before, between 1986 and 1989, when the full body manifestations did take place in front of an audience, I believe in somebody's home. And like I said before, I don't know if this is the same audience every time. I'm pretty sure it is though. So we'll go ahead and get started. So part 1, greetings, my beloveds. You truly are the bejeweled firmament of the heavens. All of you are the crowning glory of godhood. You are just awakening from your dream to reality. It is my honor to share this with you, to reflect unto you that which you be. A birth is coming. You are invited to participate if you wish. Confusion. Have you begun to experience a bit of it in your life? It is catching these days, you know. You have judgment of the word confusion. It is co-fusion, fusion with all that is. The allowance of yourself to perceive multidimensionality, past, future, present, all concurrent, simultaneous. So it is wondrous, delight in it. It will allow you to become the crystal citadel, the cathedral of Christus that you really are. Now, the creation of this universe was one momentous, mammoth, beauteous explosion into multidimensional levels of consciousness. Indeed, every level of consciousness that exists was created. Every particum of soul energy spewed forth in that one instantaneous, joyous now moment. And you were all there. You are beginning to remember this creation. Ye indeed even remember before the beginning into the point called I am. What is occurring in the transition into a new era, the age of God, the age of remembering that you know. I will tell you, beloveds, there need not be discomfort in this birthing. You may flow with it into the river of all that is and allow the petals of life to open, to bring forth newness, new breath, new life force, new persona of that which you be. As you flow with the energy, merge your consciousness with the dolphin consciousness. Remember, we spoke about them earlier and their purpose. For it not only assists you in the dream state, it assists you in birthing. It allows you to create harmony and communion with Christ consciousness, that which it exemplifies. So, as you imagine diverse circumstances and adversity around you, visualize immersing yourself in water with the dolphin as it cradles you and caresses you. Blend with Mother Earth, for she also is in this process of birthing. She also is your birthing, your birther, and you are hers. So merge and blend these energies together to flow into the newness of life, caressed with the clarity of the waters of your wisdom. The first density consciousness of the elements, air, earth, fire, and water, they too have soul energy. They too have consciousness, thought, desire. They too are being brought forth to the forefront of the community called humanity. And this is a reference to the geophysical changes here. And as you would concentrate and commune with them, you may align not only your own life circumstances, but your Mother Earth and her birthing transition. The fire energy, Kundalini, as represented by the grand jewel within your heavens. Let it flow through you and into the essence of that which you be, into your grand central sun. Connect it to Mother Earth. Allow it to flow through you into her. Recirculate the energy up unto your heart and back out to humanity to connect with all other consciousnesses, and not only your brothers that you call mankind, but all consciousness. Nature and your brothers of the elements, your brothers of the animals, fauna, and flora, all of it. Blend with it and know that it indeed is you. Know that as you connect with the fire energy, you are reconnecting to the birthing point of this universe, for it was created of fire energy. You are remembering your creation, and you are remembering the creation of your future into harmony. Now, the waters of your land, the grand bodies of the ocean, indeed, they too are in flux. They too are in communion with the other elements. And as they rise and spew forth, they make their presence known. That is what you call earth changes, and they are known. And they are communicating with one another, and not only with one another, but with all of life. Humanity and the gods of the unseen, they too are making their presence known so that they may participate in conscious awareness with everything that exists. You think these earth changes are something to be feared and dreaded. There are dire circumstances given forth in your prophecy, but I will tell you this, my beloveds, it need not be. Indeed, your very thought in this very now moment may transcend the earth changes into quietude, into a gentle birthing, rather than that which is of tradition. Every thought that you give forth is a prophecy in and of itself. It recreates the fabric of your future. It reweaves your experience. As you concentrate and focus on dire circumstance and even consider it, you create it. For indeed, it has not been aligned into harmony in the knowingness of your power to recreate the drama as you choose it to be. So, as the elements are coming forth unto one another to commune and allow their voice to be heard, shall we say, then you may honor this and understand them as the power source that you are. And in this alignment, it too will align with you so that you do not experience disharmony in its communion. When the quakes and tremors come forth, you may abide in a point of this earth plane where it does not affect you. It need not occur all at once either. Your plate tectonics are a grand science upon this planet, but it may occur as a gentle shifting, a little energy at a time, so that it will be a bit of a tremor and then yet another one. The contractions may be brought forth in alignment and harmony, rather than discord and fraught with dire circumstances. As you tune into the essences of consciousness that are of the unseen, your air, earth, fire, and water, allow them also to bubble forth within your very being. The fire within you is your kundalini and your heart flame. Allow the flicker and glimmer of it to be perceived by you. Let it warm you, caress you with its fingers, and as you feel it, it will grow and grow and grow, indeed, to consume your very being and the entirety of your consciousness. It will embrace the world with its blaze and glow and brilliance, and enlighten all those that are perceived as being in darkness. Communion also may be of embrace when you consider quakes and tremors and volcanoes and walls of water and all that has been given forth. Reach out with your heart. Embrace it with your heart, and in this thought and in this very motion of your thought vibratory energy, you will allow at soul essence an etheric embrace in return. And when this occurs, there is harmony. It is a heart-to-heart connection. There is alignment so that you have recreated your experience into a dramatic experience of delight and deliciousness rather than dire circumstance. The dolphins. They are grandly coming forth to communicate with the energies upon the plane, to know dance and delight, sprightliness of the soul, friskiness and freedom, and indeed fervor to understand power. They swim and slight the water with their being and display the rainbow spectrum of the light, and allow the perception of the childlikeness of their being and their essence as a mirror, as a reflection of the brothers upon the land, to know that they may too dance in a circle of communion with the collective consciousness called life, in harmony, in unity with the elements and with all that is. Now, do you know what an earthquake is in a way? It is when Mother Earth did not take her earth control pills. You like that one? He's always with these silly little jokes. I'm sorry, my son has already forgotten to be a little quieter. Know that when you experience further frustration, not only because of the coming earth changes, but also because of the changes within your personal life, your relationships, your pocketbook, that is a big one on this plane, then indeed you may align it in the same manner. For that consciousness called Terra, called your Mother Earth, is the same as you. You are mutual mirrors unto one another. Do you know that your embodiment is a macromolecule? That you indeed have within you millions and billions of universes likened unto your solar system? This universe of your embodiment is also in alignment with the elements. Its very creation that regenerates cell after cell after cell, with soul memory after soul memory, is of the essence of the four elements conjoined into one community consciousness of that cell. And as you align your soul memory, as you align the elements of your consciousness and that of Mother Earth, your embodiment aligns as well. Your elements also resonate to the four directions: north, south, east, and west. As you harmonize with all directions, you unfold into omnidirectionality. That is all directions at once. That is omnipresence, and that is what you are beginning to experience. Your relationships will also come from all directions, from your past, from your future, and from alternate nows, all directions of time. They are coming unto you for you to recreate the experience, to give you an opportunity to embrace what you have not considered in unconditional love before. It is a grand adventure, and you are all explorers upon this island called judgment. As you embrace the element within the relationship, within the entity, or even within a financial condition, the element that you do not desire, that you judge, then indeed you will begin to embrace other aspects of yourself, and you will be of the light. You will twinkle and glow and glimmer like your stars that are cast within the bejeweled heavens of your firmament. And you will become the essence of light for others to perceive and enjoy and vibrate unto in awe. Now, when you allow relationships as they come unto you to integrate and interweave into the fabric of all your realities, you will begin to perceive other lives you have experienced with them, and your vision will become clarified. The Kundalini indeed will merge and blend with your third eye, so that you will remember and visualize and have clarity of perception of that reality, which you have experienced in any dimensional time flow of your before or of your future. Indeed, your dreams will become your living, waking reality, and you will find your slumber time will be less desired. You will sleep less. Do you know why? Because you do not require the illusion of inactivity in order to have the connection with other realities. You will coagulate your dreams into the reality of your physical life experiences. You will be living your dream. Your dream is any thought you resonate unto at any moment, any now, any beauteous, delicious now of your time. As you experience every drop of it, you are creating an ocean of eternity within which to experience. I will tell you, my beloveds, it is indeed the horizon of heaven, if you wish it to be. It need not be firmaments full of hellfire and brimstone. There are many of you who desire to put away foodstuffs for fear and trepidation about your future. I will tell you, like your squirrels, you worry too much about nuttin'. As you hoard your foodstuffs and put them away in fear and are frightened about what you will be providing for yourself in your future, you resonate with the foodstuffs in fear, in the understanding of the non-ability to provide for yourself. I will tell you this, when the time comes for it to provide you with its energy, it will be afraid to do so, for it resonates in fear. Now, you may indeed cultivate your gardens and your patios around your abodes. You may delight in it rather than giving yourself to the fear and frustration of hoarding, and it will provide abundantly for you, more fruitful provision than you have ever considered any tree or plant could provide. Now, land indeed is wondrous. It is Mother Earth herself. It is the garden of gods within which you may create your experience and your existence and abide within harmoniously. But do not, I beseech you, go forth and create its presence out of fear and out of the desire for safety. For what you flee from will get you anyway, if you do it in fear. It does not matter where you are, beloveds, for the vibration of fear will recreate the drama, no matter what you are, where you are, or what you are doing. It will always, always, always recreate it for you. Your safety is anywhere and any when. You may be in the middle of your grand quakes and tremors, and do you know your neighbor will be affected and you will not? If you vibrate from the knowing of your power, from your power sourceness, then you will resonate in love with your brothers. And not only your brothers, but with everything visible and invisible in this new birthing. It will indeed be a grand, brilliant explosion, a birth into newness of life and newness of perception of civilization, communication, technology, thought process, creativity expressing the art of God. Every manner of creativity shall be expressed by every entity. Everyone will resonate to the understanding of music and tone, sound and light and color, and be an artist in every fashion comprehensible. You will begin to create what you have always desired, the life of a God. But you have been too afraid to acknowledge that you truly can experience this, because you have not acknowledged your own divinity, beloveds. You have not understood the love of yourself. Every relationship, every circumstance is coming to you from every other dimension for you to love, and that includes the relationship of yourself. That includes the embrace of your own heart by you. When you allow this to occur, everyone that comes unto you will acknowledge your beauty, your gentility, your fervor into freedom, because they will have resonated to your unlimited love that they recognize within themselves. They too will be brilliant jewels. If you would desire to transform the world, transform you. If you would desire to bring peace into your own heart. If you would desire to birth the earth in a harmonious fashion, birth you in a harmonious fashion. Beloveds, it is not the earth that will bring you devastation. It is your own thought. The earth abides in the culmination of your thought. Whatever you think, so shall it be. Now, the hoarding of your currency into gold. There has been a bit of chitter-chatter about this one. The same what applies to the foodstuffs applies to this. If you do so in fear, it will be taken from you, no matter how much you accumulate. Now, you may indeed have gold in your auric field around you, in your mineral form, but allow it to be usable. Create it so that it is of enjoyment and pleasure throughout your daily activity. Have your platters, your tankards, what do you call them? Your cups? Have all of these created of this metal. Use it every day of your life in the creation of your daily expression. Therefore, it will be experienced every day as a matter of recognition of this activity, rather than being hoarded somewhere for the desire to exchange it later. For the later is always now, beloveds, always. You have never known a moment that was not now. Have you ever known and experienced in your reality a moment that was not now? Your future is the shadow, so is your past. You may enlighten and illuminate those shadows with your light through the now. But I will tell you, beloveds, when you experience joy and immerse yourself in the resonance of the vibration of vivacity, then you create the song of you into a grand symphony. Indeed, you will not have any fear about anything, for you will experience the childlikeness, the child of God, the Christus, issuing forth in that moment. It will fill the chalice of you to the brim with the sparkling clarity of the waters of your wisdom, for you to partake and to share with your brethren. As they do thusly, the cup is never void, it is never emptied, it is ever full. It is ever replenished from the channel that be you, for you are the conduit of the ever-flowing waters of life. You are the conduit of the birthing of the earth and the new civilization yet to be born, the crystal citadels that are indeed to be erected as monuments to you. You will acknowledge their monumental reflection. You will acknowledge that you too are Christ, all in essence. You are the crystal cathedral in and of your own self. You are the temple, the house of worship. You indeed are to be created as the place of honor, respect, and awe, and the altar is your heart. The sacrament is the fire within it that burns and blazes in brilliance, to warm and nurture and caress your brethren, and the earth, for she too is one of your brethren. Now, there is within your brain the pineal gland. Within it is the crystal tissue, which was created during the star seeding, the colonization of this earth plane. It is in formation of crystal, although it is tissue in form, not mineral. And as it resonates to that crystal-like coagulated understanding, it will allow you to interpenetrate through telepathy, which is really telepathy, communion with your brethren, empathetic communication, being them, knowing them, and allowing the Kundalini energy to flow through your throat area into your third eye and pierce all the other third eyes of all the other creatures and consciousnesses upon this plane, including your animals. Therefore, indeed, the lion will lie down with the lamb. Therefore, indeed, all will be honoring one another, and no longer will your fauna and flora be slaughtered. That includes your rainforests. All the wisdom of the eras gone past and all the wisdom of the future is coming forth into the now. And you will begin to remember the technology. You will begin to remember how to coagulate matter from energy, interdimensional energy into mass, into light, color, and sound coagulated and trinitized into matter. Trinitized, yeah, I said that right. That technology will come unto you only when, beloveds, you will allow the flow, the river of you to be opened, to be a channel, to be the chalice. I feel like it got darker here. Have you ever wondered why an entity ceases their embodiment when their head is lopped off? It is because this consciousness communicating through the pineal gland is severed. This is where, behind the nape of the neck, the soul energy enters in to communicate and allows the channeling of your knowing. When it is disconnected, it frees itself of that focus of energy to go into other dimensions. When this area opens and the flow comes forth, you will begin to know what you have known, that which you really know, but is within the veil of forgetfulness of your now. You will begin to know how to manifest your freedom, financial security, safety, whatever it is you wish. You will begin to understand how to manifest the birthing in a harmonious fashion. Sigh in freedom, sing in ecstasy. Do you know the bird does not care who is listening? It sings because that is its very being. So sing, be in delight, be danceful, be in synchronous expression with your life, and you will have much to sing about, beloveds. Your sexual expression, it too is coming forth for the contemplation of many of you. It too is recreating itself for you to embrace what you have judged and denied yourself before. Indeed, you will feel a ridge, a dispersal of energy that is not flowing, a damming of energy. Both genders have within them both male and female consciousness, and those who are of a male gender will begin to feel the presence of a sexual urge that is unlike to what they ever contemplated before. It is unfamiliar to them. They will begin to experience what it is to create a womb within their heart, to create new life expression within them, to create indeed receptivity and intuition, unconditional love, freeing others to be, and not keeping them in the compartments and organization of their systemized fashion of thought. Your feminine will begin to experience an urgency to create within their own reality, a power sourceness to be independent and sovereign, and the desire to manifest herself for herself and not to be enslaved to anyone or anything else. As these polarities begin to integrate, you will have integration, integrity of the God that you are. There will be sexual energy spewing forth into all parts of you, not only your lower fields, but all parts of you, for it is the fire of life, the fire of creation, regeneration, and it need not be channeled into the area of destruction. It may be channeled into the area of delight, of a grand and wondrous display of fireworks indeed. The energy of the Kundalini will create an etheric spiral column. You will have a duplicity of nature in this fashion: two spinal columns up your back. One is physical and one is etheric. Because your embodiment is beginning to create its light form, and as it does thusly, your cells will begin to create particles of light within, so that your body glows. Not only you, but the trees, the flora, the fauna, the fishes within the waters, your fine feathered friends within the skies, and planet Earth herself will begin to glow. That glimmer is indeed a glimpse of what you call superconsciousness. Now, this will occur, but it has two avenues of occurrence, beloveds. It has the avenue through destruction and war and hatred and pettiness and jealousy and fear and all manner of pestilence and devastation upon the land. The other alternative, beloveds, is created through the fire of life, harmoniously channeled into a gentle birth. Indeed, a birth, waves and waves and waves of harmonious contractions. You will feel the pressure, the urgency. You will experience newness of life. Allow, indeed, the dreamer of you to issue forth and be the visionary of all you desire to recreate this civilization into a grand citadel. It is an experience, an expression of God, to be sure. And as you do this, you will acknowledge your power, and in the acknowledgement of it in one moment, it merely magnifies it for the next. And as you acknowledge it in that next, it magnifies it in the next, so that indeed you walk upon your streets and every thought you think immediately coagulates in front of you. You would desire what you call jingle jangle in your pocket. And as you come forth in the very creation of that thought, there will be a bit of change on that street for you to discover in the adventure of understanding your power to create. There will be many of so-called coincidence. It is coincidence, two incidents, or more than two, coming together to commune. It is synchronicity. All of your life may be an ecstatic explosion of synchronicity, so that you go forth without any fear or anxiety about anything. For you will know that you may create what you desire in any fashion you wish if you will create it without anxiety. Anxiety is excitement with doubt. It is. It is one polarity of excitement about your power, but it is caressed by the thought called doubt. All of life is collective thought. You are remembering that you have been a collective imagination within the thought of God. There is no teaching. There is only knowing that you know. A teacher is an assistant helping others to remember that they know. Your life will be a grand and wondrous expression of the constant unveiling of that which you know. Do you know déjà vu? He talked a little bit about this in the last chapter. Do you know what it is? All of you have experienced it a bit in your time. It is merely your recognition that you planned all this in advance. There indeed is an element of knowing as you walk through that power point, that vortex of recognition of other dimensions. And for a moment, you have a glimpse of other realities and other dimensions. You may indeed walk forth in a constant flow of that vortex, as you acknowledge that it is always with you and that it is not in a point. It is only that you resonate to that point in that moment. And when you carry it with you constantly, you will have constant déjà vu. What an ecstatic explosion, a rendezvous with remembrance. I wonder how often you have déjà vu. I would probably say I have déjà vu at least once a month. And it never stops amazing me. Now, actually, let me just see how much we have. So this is we're almost done with part 1. And then we have part 2, which is a little bit of a regular chapter, and then also some questions and answers. Yeah, I may have to break this up in 2-3 chapters because, yeah, we're at the end of part 1 right now. So we'll finish this up. Okay. Now, there are some of you who carry forth a desire to be cheerful all the time, to be happy. And although their covering called skin reflect cheerfulness, their heart is heavy. I will ask you, do you smile because that is how your heart is? Or do you smile because you are proud of your teeth? Allow yourself to embrace your face with a line of harmony. So he did a dash line. Allow yourself to create joy and cheerfulness wherever you go, but let it be synchronous with the way your heart is vibrating. In the moment of heaviness, embrace that heaviness with the wings of wisdom and lift it into forever with buoyancy and joy of spirit and soul. And in this, you will embrace it and not sever it. You will not be separating it from yourself, but you will be lifting it. Then indeed, there will be an integrity of your expression and your heart. There will be an integration of the darkness and the light. The darkness and the light are only both polarities exemplified to create God. Both are divine. There is no judgment of the dark, for it is merely the light that is not acknowledged itself. That is all. When you give forth the light of you, then it is the light, and the darkness is embraced into the light. It is not to sever or to completely get rid of the dark. It is to embrace it into the light, to allow the dark to remain, but allowing the light to be visible. For whenever you enlighten a room, where does the dark go? Have you ever thought about that? It is still there, you just cannot see it. Now, begin to think differently of your past. Begin to expand the horizons of your thought process. Begin to allow other manners of perception. Place yourself within the skin of your enemy. Be their being. Know their knowing. Indeed, know the secrets and torments of their heart, and compassion will flow forth, the expression of unlimited love for their being, and you will not have any reason to judge them, for you will know them as you. They will indeed be brought into the embrace of your heart, and therefore their pain will dissipate. They will not create disharmonious expression before you anymore, for you have embraced them. You have become them, and therefore their countenance will change and shift. It is your perception of perspective. It is not that they change. It is that you change how you perceive them. That is golden. I love that. As the earth rotates around your sun, whenever it is nighttime and you have the darkness of the hour of midnight, does that mean the sun is not there? No, you just do not perceive it because you are on a different perception point. And when the earth turns to embrace the light, indeed the sleeping, hushed valleys open up to the squeal of delight, to the bird song. Know that you may perceive from whatever apex point you desire, and ultimately you shall perceive from them all. I'm so sorry, we're almost done. For there is only one point of view, and that is every one of them. Know that every aspect of your brothers, of the consciousness that you create as lack, any kind of lack at all. Lack of relationship, lack of financial security, lack of foodstuffs in your nations that you consider are starving, lack of abundance of natural resources. It too is just another perspective. It is merely another viewpoint of all that is, created for the purpose of expressing that particular vibration, to understand it, to know it. In this understanding, all shall integrate and merge into the unity of harmony called I am. Only after every possible conceivable emotion has been experienced shall you know God. That is why all of you are calling unto you all these experiences you have judged. For now is the timing, the birthing is about to occur. And now is the timing for you to embrace these things that you have judged, to go forth into the light, into the freedom of forever called God I am. Okay. What a beautiful chapter. A lot of good stuff in there. All right, so we will stop right there. I was hoping to read half of the chapter itself, not just part 1 or session 1. But as you can see, we're going over 30 minutes and we just finished section 1. So yes, we will break this up into 2 or 3 videos to make for not too long. And, it's just a lot of reading. So anyways, if you're celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow, I think actually at this point I will be posting this video a few days after, but for me right now, it's the day before Thanksgiving. So I hope that anyone who's watching that celebrates has had a beautiful Thanksgiving and remembered all the things that they have to be grateful for. Hold on to the light and the positivity. Really watch your thoughts and remember that we hold the key to where these cards fall with where we are at right now in humanity. So as usual and as always, please take care of yourself. Please take care of those around you. I will see you again soon for the next section of this chapter, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.